Now, is this dangerous?
Yep, very dangerous. Ramp riding especially.
Yeah, which is your specialty, right?
Yep. Flatland, which is tricks on the ground. It's dangerous, but it's really technical, and it takes a lot of balance, finding balance points, different stuff like that. Where ramp riding, I always like for the thrill of being in the air. If you try a trick, you have two options. You either do it or you crash.
We needed something different. We didn't fit the mold of your typical athlete.
I tried other traditional sports, but I never really accepted the traditional stick and ball. It wasn't what I wanted to do.
But I was never a team sport kind of guy.
When I was younger, I just wasn't interested in the traditional ball sports.
I think BMX was an alternative to traditional sports.
I didn't have the ability to get the practice or get picked up from practice.
I was playing hockey, and my sister at the same time was figure skating. She was an Olympic hopeful at that young age. We just didn't have the money to keep two people on the ice. I mean, ice is expensive, so I stopped playing hockey and I started riding my bike all the time.
Riding my big wheel in the driveway, and my dad's like, look, I gotta use the driveway right now, do some work. I'm like, well, where can I ride? And he's like, well, just go ride in the backyard. And I'm like, but I wanted to set up a jump. He's like, well, see that old table down in the backyard? Just cut a couple legs off, and you can use that as your jump. I'm like, all right. So that's what we did.
I should have known, I guess, when he was about 18 months old one day, he followed my husband up to the roof. He actually climbed a ladder at 18 months old. He loved the height and the thrill of it, and I was terrified when I saw his little white baby shoes climbing up this ladder. And ever since then, we should have known probably that he was going to find something in life to give him a thrill.
What's interesting is I started out racing motocross.
I have to admit this, my big hero as a young boy was Evel Knievel.
And when we did jumps, it was always doing Evel Knievel. You had to pull the front end up real high and see how far you could go.
It was Evel Knievel. I mean, it was Evel Knievel. We wanted motorcycles.
Motocross looks and its ID plate that says Evel Knievel. Hey, God!
And of course, the second best thing is bicycles. And we had bicycles, and they were, ragtag, rickety bicycles, but they were bicycles.
We made these things called bombers, which were like old 20-inch twin frames with like ape-hanger bars. And
you go to the dump, you bring back piles of any bike parts you could find in the scrap pile.
We'd go and get parts that we found at the local dump, get coaster brake guts.
I just had like a little girl's bike. My dad welded a top tube on it, so it looks like a BMX bike.
I asked my mom for a bike, and she got me this $165 Raleigh ramp bar.
And I had a 16-inch KMX, and it had a gas tank and stuff. It was like, BMX bike, banana seat.
I think I got my first real BMX was a Peugeot, and
it was a '78 Huffy Pro Thunder.
That thing breaks, and you got to get upgrade. And then I think my next bike was like a Teen Murray, and I was all fired up to get that thing.
And then modifying it was the next thing. Oh, I got to get a Pro Neck. I got to get some Redline handlebars.
I gotta get some rad pads.
But my first real bike was an 85 GT Performer.
With mags, it had yellow tough wheels on it.
Pipe insulation for pads.
Maxi cross cranks. That was it.
I had anodized red and blue brakes, and
it was my definition of what a BMX bike was, like a Super Goose that had mags.
Dad took the bike to the shop and it came back with knobby tires on it. Like, wow, knobby tires, we can be like dirt bikes. And we would go out and ride around on the cow paths around our house.